Today I'm going to be telling you a very interesting story that I have and I want to talk about. So let's get into it. First off, little information is that I don't do drugs, but when I was in school, in high school, I did do drugs and I did a lot of them, and so I have a lot of interesting stories to tell regarding those times where I was doing drugs. And this is one of those stories. So, I'm gonna tell you about the time I stole meth from a pedophile, okay? Let's get into it.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Alright, so I watched season 2 of Arcane. I watched the 3 episodes, so get right into it. I don't think it will be a review. I was thinking about like either I should do a review or something about like predictions that I made, and either it comes true or not. We'll see, but I will say this. Um, when we start with the season 2 with the first one called Heavy is the Crown, where we get to focus on uh you know Vi, Caitlyn, their effect from, or their perspective of the whole rocket crashing into the council meeting. I was about to say castle, but I'll just say council room. And this is where we get to finally see who died, who's alive. Now, here's the thing that I was not expecting. They killed half of the council. I thought they killed either Mel or all of them. No, literally, I was right that Jace is alive, but Victor was the victim to die, and the other was it three? Yeah, it was like the what's her name? Cassandra. Is it Cassandra? It was Cassandra that died. The droid and the old guy that died, and Victor. Well, I'll say he died, but then he comes back from the hex tech thing. But yeah, I was not expecting the Mel to be alive, because she was literally the one near to, like, wasn't she like the one near to the window, and as the rocket like made it through the window, she somehow survived. Well, like barely a scratch, or she's like I guess hurt, but isn't like the guy that lost his legs and the girl that lost her face. Like, she literally has a scar on her eye, the gears one, the one with the gears. They both of them got hurt, but Mel somehow survived. Jace, I can understand surviving, but because he was like, kind of far away from the collision of the rocket, but Mel somehow survived. That's the one thing I was like kind of confused, but I think I kind of let it slide. Kinda. I'll let it kind of slide. But like, cause it was kind of weird that she's the one that also doesn't have a scratch, but everyone else dies and injured from the whole rocket, but not her. But it's kind of like suspicious, but or just off. But it's whatever. Um, I'll say that maybe give it as like a nitpick, but then again, it's kind of like, how did you not get hurt from that? So, but whatever. Besides that, as like my little gripe, or my only gripe on the whole episode, I'm trying to remember. I don't want to go watch. I don't know if maybe I can just do, like, I don't know, blur the screen or whatever I have to. But like, if I remember correctly, episode 1 like literally focus on Caitlyn realizing that her mom died. She went to the funeral. Vice, being drunk, of like knowing that Jinx is gone and all that. So we get that sorted out. And then there's this guy, the guy with the beard, and I was gonna guess like he's from like the League of Legends game, but the more like I see him progress through the episode, and now the 3 episodes, I think he's just some guy who just knows how to be a good defender. So with the whole like bear shield and everything. So I think he's just some nobody, which is also like a nobody that knows how to defend. I'm trying to figure out like if he's supposed to be important or he's just really some guy. Because the way he comes and meets Vi, and there's both of them like vents through their struggles from like alcohol, whatever, the beverage, right? And yeah, it's alcohol. Excuse me. I feel like this could have been something more, but all that happened was like, are you good? And then next scene, there's just both of them are just drunk as hell, sitting on like the fountain or whatever, or some bench or something like that. So I don't know. It's kind of random to me for that season. I don't know how I feel about him just appearing and then now he's like the main crew. He was literally I don't know if he's like a retired cop or he's just literally a volunteer that just happened to work or help with the team fighting Jinx in episode 2, and that's what I was like. I don't know how I feel about that. My problem is that like we don't even know who he is. Like who is this guy? He just joins it. He joins in. It's like because he helped. Well, you're part of the crew now. Like who are you? Who is this guy? This man just comes in with a shield. As all right, you're part of the team. Like I don't know who you are. But whatever. But whatever. That's just. The, Besides those, as my gripes, I think this episode is good enough. I think it's good at for what is from what happened from season 1 to season 2 as the start of the episode. I think is done well, especially with like coming what's I don't know what the woman's name, the girl that lost her son. She makes a return to she makes a return to the plot by literally just coming like with a sneak attack and like trying to like kill I think like the rest of the rest of the counselors of like the on like the speech meeting or lesson meeting or whatever. I think it's just like what do you call them some speech. I don't know the specifics, but yeah, she just comes in, surprise attack, and fighting Jace and all that. I'll give him this. I like that. Compared to like last episode where Jace and Vi is gonna fight, in this episode, Vi and Jace is working together to protect Caitlyn from the big giant mech thing. That's actually really cool. I like that scene a lot. Seeing them working together and all that. That's actually really sick. Of course, they didn't stop the thing, but still, like it was something to appreciate. Um, excuse me. I think that's all what that happened in episode 1. I'm trying to remember when I was looking into the episode that's all that happened. Oh yeah, and then Caitlyn tries to get Vi into the police squad, and she's like, "I can't. They killed my parents," and they have that whole argument, and yeah, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate they didn't like Vi didn't just like okay, cause you're my girl, and we should be together. No, I appreciate that Vi literally just had her reasonable response of a personal attachment from family that she lost from the enforcers, and then Keeling out of nowhere is like, be part of my my team, and she's like fairly saying like, nah, this doesn't feel right. And then after like the whole thing with the crime woman invading again, or not again, sorry, invading and causing more ruckus to the topsiders, what is it, Piltover, the topsiders. Then they literally have like a squad to like retrieve Jinx to end the whole shenanigans and all that for justice and all that. So I think that's all from episode 1. Because episode 2 dives in more on the whole Zon side of like what happens with Jinx and the rest of the crew, the mobsters. And here's the thing that I don't know if it's like I was gonna say it's a writing issue, but like I think it's the way they did it. It's good enough where they introduced the whole rest of the crime family. I don't know. They're like no, no. I think they're like different factions of the crime family working for Silco. I think that's what I understand. The crime family, mobsters, whatever they're called. They each have their faction. We have the three new ones that we haven't seen in last season was the three new ones in this season. It's literally the woman with the spandex and like the what was it the dominatrix type outfit with the rest of her crew was kind of interesting. And then we get the it's this fucking worm guy. Like this man looks like a pig. He has his crew looking like, I don't know, meat cleavers, meat workers that like cut up meat and shit. And then we get like the where you can see the thumbnail that some creature, I don't know, I think it's a rat, like this rat, like very like penguin-esque like rat creature, just very um aggressive. But what's the other word I'm looking for? Cunning. He's like very cunning and very like loud. That type of guy. So like the rest of his crew is like for like wearing like uniforms or some shit. So yeah, those are like our three quote and unquote new members of the ruling the underground shits. And then we have Jinx not developing, I think she's coping of like what had happened, and that she has to like live with it. And one thing I will appreciate in episode 2 is that like instead of like Jinx and what's her name, the one who doesn't have an arm, right? They literally have a moment together of like talking about not a reunion, but like work out their differences. Because we always see them like headbutting. Um, sorry. Always at each other's necks the whole time. It's cool to see in this season. We see that they're not at it again, and are actually not at peace, but like had their differences and let that slide since they lost their leader, and since they both know Silco really deeply, they literally let that um um like I said, set their differences apart from what the main thread is really what the main thread really is. That all that bullshit they had with each other doesn't matter, and they just really need to work on each other to survive. And I think that scene with both of them literally talking their shit out is really strong. I appreciate that a lot. Um, that that they have some type of similarity of what their goals are or what they want from Zon and all that. So, or not just Zon, for what they want from each other, to stay alive. So and work and connecting with Silco and all that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but the point is I'm trying to say is that like at least they at least talk to each other, so that like so they don't have to fucking be mad at each other as much anymore. Because from episode 3 we see them actually working together and fighting Vines and Caitlyn. Another thing, I really thought that my prediction was like Silco, not Silco, Jason, Victor's gonna work together, Because I really thought they're gonna Victor and Jace gonna stay together, for season 2, another long while because they're like literally work buddies from season 1. So I thought they'll progress with that in season 2 and have like a betrayal thing in like the later end of the season. But I was wrong. So Victor got injured, Jace healed him, and because of that, Victor got betrayed, right? Because Jace didn't destroy it, and he let that consume him, and he was like, "Oh, because you did that, we're not friends anymore. This is betrayal. Goodbye." He became like Moses. I was gonna say Jesus, but no, he just literally became Moses with a stick from Prince of Egypt. So that's literally what he gives me after he just walks away. That was interesting, and then him healing like um the addicts was actually really interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with him later in the season. My only prediction with that is that he could either the corruption, made him to like the I don't know what his design looks like in like League of Legends, but I think there's some type of corruption's gonna happen, and he's gonna become the thing that we know from the game, and Jace is gonna fight him? Question mark? I don't know. Something's gonna happen with Victor. I just don't know what it is, or he's just gonna be a side character and just walks off. I don't know. But I think it'll be lame if he just becomes like holy, I can't fucking say it. Holier than Christ, like just like walks off. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. If you just have a moment and just never comes back again. It's like, I don't know. What else happens in episode 2? Oh yeah, and there was moments that like both of them don't the sisters don't want to hurt or kill each other, but at some point, Vi made up her mind, and certainly Caitlyn is gonna kill Jinx, and Jinx runs away, and also brings back the point of her working with the girl with the one arm. I'm pretty sure it's like the end of the episode, if I'm correct, where they have a fight, working together to fight off the rat guy. Another cool thing, a moment I like about this episode, that Jinx is working together with the woman, and she got her new arm, and then they're gonna fight off as like a team, and plus the orphan that Jinx found, and now she's part of the team. Gotta I don't know what their plan is. I just know that they're gonna work together to kill the topsiders. I know that's part of the plan, but I don't know what's their main plan. I'm pretty sure they're just winging it at this point. I'm pretty sure, or taking over the underground like Silco did. I don't know. That's up to interpretation on that. I have no idea. Before we get into episode 3, the Mel's mother, I don't know what's her name. I forgot. So yeah, when they built her up to be a really shady, like dangerous woman, they are not lying from season 1. In season 2, bro, she was killing witches who are literally loyal in the top side, but she did it for a reason, so that she can get influence and taking control of the topsiders. So Mel's not falling for it, but there's certainly Caitlyn at the end of the episode. That's because of her like genius mind of pressuring and influencing of like the bottom people are doing, threatening, and even though they're trying to have peace, the woman I'll just call her the strong woman, or no, I'll just call her like I'll call her Buffy. Buffy is I know that's not her name, but I'm just work with me here. Work with me here. So yeah, like Buffy is gonna influence Caitlyn to literally eradicate. I don't know what eradicate's the word, but take out the the leaders of the bottom people, the Shimmer, the mobsters, everyone who is working for Silco, and just own Zon. I think that's her plan of Topsiders, since like she wants Caitlyn to be the general of the operation of the martial law. She's gonna put Caitlyn in charge to do that, which is interesting because I was not expecting that to happen. But at all. Until like no, of course I didn't know what that's gonna happen, but I did have a feeling that when she paused and about to put her hand on to led to Caitlyn, I did have a feeling that like she's want to use Caitlyn as a key to gain the upper advantage to eliminate the threats, because the Buffy doesn't even I think her objective is literally like take care of people no matter like how big or small the threat is. Like if there are threats, they should be eliminated no matter what peace treaty you have. If they're literally killing you, eliminate them now is her motive. I think that's what she wants. If not, then if it's something else, it's definitely a lot darker. If that's where it's gonna go, the whole thing with Echo, Jace, and Harmendinger, I can't say his name, Harmendinger. Oh god damn, Harmendinger, Harm. I'll call him Harm. Um, Not my favorite, but I would say like if it's going somewhere that could relate to them, like I don't know, destroying Hex Tech. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. Um, because right now, like in episode 3, it does start to pick up where like what they're trying to do with the whole like Hex Tech versus nature thing. I'm curious to see where that goes. But I do have a prediction that could like lead to them merging nature and hex tech, like magic and nature merging into like one. If that's not it, then I think they just gonna destroy hex tech, and I think that'll be it for Arcane of this story, especially. So I'll say that. It's interesting to see Jason and Echo working together. What else to happen? Top of my head, yeah, the witch lady with the black rose. She took Mel, and I think she's gonna have a conversation with her because I don't think she's dead. I think she's like like the Night Sisters, where like she's like made out of magic and talking to Mel some shit. I think that's what's gonna happen. Um, other shit is like really not that important to mention. I'm trying to remember to happen without looking into the episode. Um, Other than like the big battle, which I'm trying to save for last, I'm trying to figure out what else to happen. I know Jinx, helped Orphan from the episode 1. Episode 1, yeah. Did they took out the rat guy? I think they did. I think they took out the rat guy. Uh, there's gonna be war in like the second act of the season, so that's definitely what's gonna happen. Vander, a spoiler alert, sorry. Well, in this point, well, I don't like either you do know. I'm sorry, I said it. Um, the whole wolf thing is gonna happen in. I'm pretty sure the sixth episode. I'm gonna say it. I think 6 episodes. Vander's gonna be a threat, and I think either Vi and Jinx gonna work together to kill Vander or something. I don't know. Something about Vander being a wolf needs to play a big part into all this, especially like they're building this up in like the teaser and everything, and him trying to get the wolf thing into working order into like I don't know, wrecking destruction, whatever. I don't know what this whole plan is, but it'll be chaotic, to say that at least. It's definitely gonna happen later on. My gosh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Um, I'm trying to remember. Um, yeah. I think that's about it. Yeah. The final battle. I'll quickly bring it up since I think that's the biggest thing that ever happened in. Or no, sorry, that's the biggest thing that happened in this third episode, especially where we have Caitlyn Vi fight against Okay, sorry about that. Um, a fight against the lady and Jinx. Um, I don't know I don't know how I feel about the whole shift thing, the whole thing with like the hex tech going out of control, being like the element's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like that being affected of like the whole fight. Uh, I think it's a nitpick. I don't know. I'm not a big fan with the whole like glitching thing, but for the element of the story, I think it works fine. So yeah, like Vi fights Jinx and the whole thing was really really cool. I like that. The two things I'll say that are really interesting is that um the orphan, the whole thing with like Silco taking care of Jinx. Now the Jinx taking care of the orphan. Whole circle. Vi sees it, defends her, and she judges Caitlyn's actions, and Caitlyn says she never misses. Vi knows it, I'm pretty sure, but she still defends Jinx anyway because her sister and all that. They're still good in her. And Caitlyn, shot Jinx's finger, and when they escaped, quote unquote and unquote, Caitlyn, I think she just literally left Vi in like the sewers, and then that's where Caitlyn becomes general. And I don't know if they're gonna fight again. No, sorry, not again. I don't know if Caitlyn and Vi is gonna fight each other, but we'll see. Um, what else is gonna happen? I think that's it. But I would say like most of my predictions are not true. Again, with the whole thing of like half the council are dead, that's definitely not what I predicted. Jace being alive is one of them, but it doesn't really count. It's like a quarter that really came true. Um, what I was gonna say. Yeah. I think that's mostly like it. Just all of it's just different. Like it really doesn't even matter at this point. If it's like you know, is it still gonna lead to what I predicted, whatever. It's gonna come close to of what I predicted from the last video I did. No, like it really at this point doesn't matter if my prediction comes true or not. It's literally on a different road of where it's heading than what I wanted to go, so it really doesn't matter. But I will say the one prediction I have that could happen is that maybe Victor's gonna cure Vander Wolfness. That's one. My other prediction could be um Jinx is gonna save Vi. Mm, well, very high possibility, but we don't know if that's gonna happen. We just gotta wait and see. We only have like 9 episodes, so yeah, I think that's all I got. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say. Um, I'm trying to look real quick if anything's gonna happen. Mm, yeah, I just know it'll be chaos. At the very least, it's gonna be chaos in the next 3 episodes. Definitely for sure. In the finale, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen in the finale. Zahn and Pilver could work. Oh yeah, my other prediction could, like, in the end they would work together to fight another bigger threat, or they just gonna have peace. Because there's no way, like, either Piltover is gonna take over Zahn or Zahn gonna take over Piltover. I don't think that's gonna be the end of this series. Especially, I don't think that's gonna how it ends. It's either both of them working together in peace, so they both have like their own independence, and trust and all that, or both. But I still wouldn't see that both of them can be destroyed. But it could happen. We'll see. But it's either or. Like, either Piltover and Zahn's gonna work together and has stand side by side, or they both gonna be destroyed side by side. We will see. But that's my prediction. I don't see one of them's gonna take over the other. I don't see that being a possibility. But I could be wrong. But just don't see it. Especially how it ends, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's about it. So, see ya.